Okay, we've got 10 people in here. Landon is just coming in. He'll be here in just a few moments. So while he is loading up, we are going to be covering conspiracy theories today. Now, we did choose three conspiracy theories to post about today. I picked one, Landon picked one, and Catherine picked one as well. I've been watching the clock. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you. First time getting here. Woohoo! That is awesome. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Basically, today we're going to talk about conspiracy theories. We're either going to see if they're true or debunk something or kind of just talk about them in general, see what I've found out. Something I always kind of tell my friends, FYI, if you are a friend of mine, like a genuine friend, don't be surprised if spiritual activity starts happening within your home. So, yeah.
Especially the more you hang out with us. Like if you're at our house and you hang out with us, like you will experience things. There's a couple of our friends that have hung out with us and they themselves started to see things and weird things would happen to them.
So I was recently doing the Princess Diana episode, and Eileen made a little bit of an appearance during that episode, and she was offering her services from back then. She said, "Hey, I could have helped you there, Princess Diana," and she offered to do what she does best. Let's just put it that way. Hey, you know what? It's not my words, it's her words, but she basically suggested, like at the time, like she could have taken care of business. So, Diana is a very was it's like very she's very gentle. Obviously, she's a very strong woman, but she was like gobsmacked. I was like humiliated to say the least. But Princess Diana did not blame me, so that worked well for that worked well in my favor.
Yes, Eileen is, yeah, she is something to talk about. But welcome to a few of these new people who finally have been able to join our live here. Everybody's talking in this chat here. So glad to be able to come to this live. Glad, glad, glad.
Jamie wrote, yeah, she really seems to have quite the personality. Seeing her interviews on television, it's not surprising that she's eager. Definitely,
I was about to read that.
people have people have warned me about her. I was not anticipating it, and she's somebody who, as soon as you say her name, so I try not to say her name. She comes like she's like, "What did you say about me?" So,
Oh, yeah. You talk about her, she is right there. And sometimes she just shows up in our house randomly. Other places, messes with our TV, our lights, everything.
oh yeah, yeah. She likes to mess around with my iPad a lot. Um, yeah, it's great.
Oh, she's not about to start. She's already harassing us. Like, she messes up my phone. I'll be messaging people for like random things that have booked appointments, and she'll just freeze my phone.
Yes, this
And she's been messing up my Xbox and
Catherine's music, our music.
yep. We like to play this game like music roulette, and she messes up the our Alexa and everything, and our friend Catherine that's in the chat here messes up her music too.
Uh,
She's harassing the hell out of
I put
us.
a playlist on my phone as I was having a shower the other day, and she put on "I'm a Bitch," that song, and I knew it was her right away because I'm like, this makes so much sense because she's been like, okay, I'm not going away. Anyways, yes. So, alrighty. Now that we've got like 26 people in here, which is so great, we're going to start talking about conspiracy theories. Each one of us chose to have like a conspiracy. So I chose the Katy Perry eye glitch. Catherine chose the Simpsons episode, the Simpson episode Psychic Theories, and Landon chose the Bigfoot theory, which was great. I had fun, so much fun looking into this. I did not anticipate the Katy Perry eye glitch to like take me into like a whole different dimension, but it did. So I'm going to explain to you guys what this is. So Katy Perry. Now, there are some things that I found out that were kind of surprising, but we will get into that. If you have yet to see the video, it's where her eyes like start. to kind of like, okay, she's got eyelashes on, right? But she must have been, well, from what she had stated and from what people caught on camera, she was playing with her eye and kind of touching the side of it, which looked like she was like resetting herself in some sort of way. And a lot of people are thinking that she's under some sort of mind control, particular the MK Ultra mind control. Now, MK Ultra is like a mind control from like, I don't know, many, many years ago. It was a long time ago. And this was actually like an experiment that was closed down by the government. It happened in the USA and it happened in Canada. Basically, there were scientists that were basically saying, like, hey, if we give people large doses of LSD, maybe we'll be able to control their mind or they'll lose their memory. So, what they were doing was they were experimenting on people without their consent, might I add, giving them LSD for a number of days. Now, the Canadian people, so the US, apparently they went even harder than the Canadians did, but there were like 100 and
Not surprising.
there was like I think 167 days consecutively this person was giving this LSD to this one person. But I think it only hit a few, like I think it was like 50 here, it's the highest. And then they found out about it, they shut it down. The government ended up paying these people out like $100,000 for all this. So obviously they closed it up, but there is a lot of speculation that it is still going on, maybe not necessarily government related, but people think it's still around and it's top secret and it's being funded and people are still under the concept of that. And because celebrities have that celebrity status, the government doesn't want the celebrities to, I don't know, mold people's
Lash
minds
out, yep,
and
and bring their own
right,
beliefs. They want
but
them all to have the same belief,
exactly. So they want to mind
what
control them.
they want them to believe. Yep.
Exactly. So this without their consent, right though, right? Crazy. And so I decided to do a pendulum reading on this Katy Perry eye situation just to see what the heck was going on. But I do not feel as though Katy Perry is under any sort of control. Now, I do feel as though she is one hell of a character and she does like to stay in character. And I think it looks unusual, yes, but you have to remember this girl just performed a song. She's sitting there in front of lights. She's not paying attention to things. She could be thinking she's touching her eyelashes when in fact she's touching the side of her face. Like she's just fixing her eye without making it look like she was spending too much time fixing her eye. So I feel like Katy Perry in general is a very strong minded, strong opinionated woman. So I don't feel like she would be easily mind controlled. So no, I do not feel like she particularly is mind controlled in any way. Um, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, there's a few people in the chat here. They were like the MK Ultra. Her eye was fluttering. Shalene is here. Hello, Shalene.
Ah, hello.
She said it was because of her fake lashes. So, yep, Allison, that's basically what Liz just said during the war times, talking about when you were talking about that.
Yes.
The thing without their consent. Yep, without their consent. Imagine that. I mean, come on, people. We
um,
know how the government works.
I
That makes me feel better. We're talking about the Katy Perry eye glitch right now at this moment.
Yes. Well, like, so now with that being said, I did look into this MK Ultra thing a little deeper because something it was tingling within me. Like, as I was watching these videos, I was like, yes, not all of this is accurate, but there are some things that are accurate here. So there are other videos and there are other celebrities that do look like they have some like mind control related thing going on. There's a few videos out there. There's like Al Roker. I think there's a woman. I cannot remember her name, but
I remember seeing that live, the El Roker one. I remember because my grandma watches that show consistently, and we would watch it every morning all the time. She loved Al Roker. And when that happened, I was like, is he on drugs? Like, is he drunk? Like, what the hell is going on? But I was much younger then. This person, Brisky 87, I don't know. I think parts of the MK Ultra and Illuminati theories are true, and others are way out there. The eye glitch is out there. Yes, there is. I agree with that statement. There is a lot of it that is true, but there is a lot that is not.
Absolutely. Like, there's a lot of fact in fiction. There's a lot of truth behind the fiction, but there is for sure. I think they put the extra special, like, out there, glitches and mind control because they are trying to make it seem like it's that crazy. You guys think the craziest thing is mind control, like, so they make us look bad, you know what I mean? But yes, I agree. There is 100% something to do with the MK Ultra thing. Now, at some point, I am going to look into this in a much, much bigger way.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Illuminati for Real Country. We did speak about the Illuminati. Liz does not know anything about it. She's done no research on it, so that is something which there's a lot to uncover there. So that we're going to cover probably eventually at some point when we keep going along with these conspiracy theories and trying to debunk them or tell you if they're true or not. That is one that's on the list, but it's going to take us a little time. It was too much to look into for such a short period of time.
Absolutely. And like, you guys, like, when you do look, I didn't realize how in depth some of these conspiracy theories were. So, like, even just this one, the Katy Perry, I picked it mostly because I love Katy Perry. And secondly, because I was like, oh, this seems to be like an easy one, but I didn't expect it to be so intense and in depth. So, but yeah, so just an FYI, that's going to be a great episode, right? Though it is going to be. Alrighty. So now I want to move right along into talking about the Simpsons theories and their psychic predictions, which I love because, it's predictions. I love predictions. I like making prediction videos. Yes, it's been a while since I've done one. When I get some downtime, which is very rare at this point in my life, but when I get to that point again, I will make more of those.
So, guys, just to be aware, we're sticking to strictly only the topics that we have outlined at the beginning of this live. When we open up the post again and we're going to talk about other conspiracy theories, you are more than welcome on our Facebook page, on our group there. If you want to submit that there when we open that post up, you can totally do that. But right now, we're sticking to only the Katy Perry, the Bigfoot, and the Simpsons predictions tonight. That's it. That's all we're talking about with that.
Yes, it's all we have time for, unfortunately. Okay. So now, as I was saying, so let's talk about. Okay, so obviously there has been an insane amount of predictions from The Simpsons, and also there's been an insane amount of fake ones as well. Normally, the fake ones get the bigger hits, so people automatically assume that they're accurate. So I'm going to go through the list of the actual accurate predictions that The Simpsons made, and then we'll talk about the ones that are not accurate. Okay. So, when it comes to the Siegfried and Roy episode, so as you guys know, Siegfried and Roy were magicians, and they like to play with tigers a lot. And then there was an episode that there was a mauling of the white tiger. That episode aired in 1993, and then the tiger mauling. I think it was Siegfried. Was it Roy or Siegfried? I'm unsure, but the the tiger did end up mauling them exactly 10 years later. So that 100% was accurate. The second one I pulled up, by the way, there, guys, there's so many, but these are just ones I wanted to pull up that I thought were worth noting. Autocorrect. So the school bullies were taking a memo on like a little BlackBerry thing, on a Newton device is what they called them. And in the episode, they had tried to send like a memo, and it was supposed to say something like, beat up Martin, and then it ended up translating to like eat at Martha. So it was like autocorrect being kind of predicted. The Ebola outbreak. The Simpsons predicted the Ebola outbreak 17 years before it actually happened. And then in 2000, the show did like a video where Donald Trump was president. They also did a prediction on marijuana becoming legal in Canada, which I think is kind of awesome. There's another prediction of Lady Gaga performing in the Super Bowl. Uh, Siegfried, Siegfried, yes, thank you. Thank you very much. um, people, yeah, so the Lady Gaga performance. Now, the ones that were fake were these ones. So Kobe Bryant's death was not a prediction. There was never a prediction around the coronavirus either, although there might have been some similarities, and it could be considered a bit of a coincidence, but they did have a virus episode, which ironically also had the killer bees in it too. So it kind of predicted it, but not in the bigger sense of actually naming it coronavirus. They did a prediction on Pokemon Go, apparently, which was also fake. So that was not correct. Um, Basically, yeah, just make sure to like check your sources because they also made a recent prediction, which was also inaccurate. It was a lie of the Queen dying in 2022, which did not happen. So all of those were fake. So how do I feel on this situation? Well, Landon and I actually feel the same and have actually for a long time. But we have this feeling that amongst the writers of the show, they just so happen to have very intuitive people. Now, I don't necessarily feel like they go out there and hire psychics, but I feel like a few of them on staff have been, intuitive and they just write their intuitive abilities in the episodes, and I feel as though, those episodes get written up and then they pull them on and put them on the show. So that's kind of what I feel there. But I don't necessarily feel like The Simpsons have hired a psychic per se to do these predictions.
And if they do, they should hire Liz.
Wouldn't that be something? I would totally do that.
That would be
That'd
dope.
be a great
I love The Simpsons.
Simpsons. The people that own The Simpsons, are you hearing this? If you hear this, please give me a shout out. We can make some episodes happen. How do people feel about that? How do people feel about this the Simpson predictions?
Even the Netflix people, right? I mean, they're always listening. Like, we have to know, like, honestly, that Big Brother's always watching with the technology. Like, randomly, our iPads will, like, go up. Even our Alexas, when we're saying certain cue words of something that they want to listen to, it cues up, it starts listening. You can't tell me. Me and Liz were talking about, we talk about cases and stuff like this all the time in the house, and then randomly on Netflix or Prime or wherever, like, some sort of documentary was done about that, and it pops up right on our thing.
That happens a lot. Or we'll be talking about something out loud, like, uh, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we found like dinosaur floaties for a pool? And then all of a sudden, Landon like turns on his phone and then dinosaur floaties for a pool. Like, what the hell, So that happens often.
Absolutely, it would. Yes, there is many people that are intuitive and they just don't realize it, or some people do realize it, they just don't know how to like hone in on that. But I believe it's our pre-episode, or one of our episodes, or one of our lives. We do talk a little bit about like how to hone that gift in.
I don't have enough money and loan advertisements show up. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Go figure. I even have a lot of random psychic things come up for me too on the ads. It's so crazy to me. Pickles. Oh my God, pickles. Yes, that has happened too. It's weird.
Yep, a bunch of pickle stuff will come up on my face on my Facebook time feed. It'll be like pickle chips, pickle this, and I'm like, I don't even like pickles. Like, I don't want to see any of this.
Pretty much. Alrighty. So that was basically it on that one was a very short one for me. I didn't have to do a lot of searching. I just found out that there was just so much fake. So like people really love to get those views and those downloads on those memes. So then they share it a million times. You know what I mean? So alrighty. So our last and final conspiracy theory for this evening is in relation to Bigfoot. Yay! So, it's kind of crazy. We've actually been spending a lot of time the last couple of weeks focusing on aliens and UFOs. So it's interesting that we're talking about Bigfoot today. Now,
Love Bigfoot.
Now, when it comes to Bigfoot, there have been so many, many, many encounters of people seeing like a Sasquatch, Bigfoot slash type person slash animal. And it usually is in a very like wooded forest, lakey area. There have been many footprints that cannot be identified. So people have like this great fear that there is some sort of half man slash half animal out there wandering the world. And there are some videos out there that have been man made, of course. And there looks like there's been a few people that have caught something, aka a Sasquatch, aka a Bigfoot. And I feel like, in my opinion, there is something out there. I feel like there's a species that has like yet to be determined. I feel like they are definitely rare. I keep seeing that they can survive really any sort of weather. I feel like they live in like the deep, deep depths of the forest. Sometimes coming out.
You did not miss the UFO episode. That is not going to be aired until next week. So we are just talking about some conspiracy theories today on this live to go along with the UFO episode we will be dropping next week.
Yes, when I talk about the episodes, it's usually me and Landon have been trying to get these episodes out not earlier, but get them finished earlier so that we're like right now, I'm in the process of just finishing up the Princess Diana episode. Then I'm moving on to my Morgan Nick episode. So we're just ahead of you guys, but we give you guys little bits and pieces of the episode so you guys can see the background of what we're doing. That's all.
And welcome everybody who just came in. There's a bunch of people that just came in. Welcome all. Welcome, welcome.
Anyways, as I was saying, so I do feel like there is, some sort of species in the deep, deep, depths of the forest. Sometimes they come out to obtain food. I only feel like they come out at certain points in the year. I also feel like we currently live where there may even, in fact, be a couple of big-footed creatures. I would say that they are more gorilla than man, though. I feel like they have the ability to walk on all fours or on their feet. They can get into like a gorilla position and can run like fire. I feel like they have a very.
We need to go invest in some camping gear, and I need to find one.
Are you ads absolutely mad?
I want to find one.
I understand that you want to find one. However, I think they're more dangerous than like a bear.
Well, this person, Tabitha, there you go. There's your. She just asked, "Are they dangerous?"
Oh, that is a good question, and we will answer that here in a few moments. I'm getting to that. So, I'd say that they're more gorilla than man, like I said. They have a longer lifespan than us. I would say they live about 50 years longer than we can as humans, and they can give birth and reproduce in the same fashion as dogs and cats, and also, I guess, us. I feel like there's also a female version, but they are also even more far and few between. I feel like the female version, the female portion of the species is like rare in comparison to the man species. Um, I feel like they. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry. They are obviously very hairy. I feel like the female versions are also extremely hairy. Maybe the hair might be a little bit more fine. I do not feel like their brains have the capacity of a human brain. I would say they're really much more animalistic. I feel like this kind of I also feel like they're kind of going into extinction, especially as more and more of our forestry disappears and dissipates. So when it comes to them being bad, it really depends on us. I feel like if it depends on where they've been, how much interaction they've had. I don't know. With some people, if somebody's nasty and mean, they might attack. I don't feel like they're vicious though. I feel like if anything, they're more scared than anything, but they will attack if need be.
So this person up here asks Kara Daly, has anyone ever had contact with them? I believe Liz answered that a little bit. They're kind of an unidentified species, so I don't really think they've had too much contact. And if they did, I don't know if the other person lived to make that known.
That's a good point, actually, babe. That person might not have even ever gotten that, but I do feel like there's been interactions with people, but I do not feel like it's been very much. And even the videos, usually when people catch videos of this creature, it's like it's only for a short minute because usually they're down on all fours and gone again. So I do, though, feel as though we will eventually find something. We might not necessarily find the adult version of it, but we may end up finding a childlike version of it. So we shall see. But that's kind of what I feel. Sadly, there's not going to be a whole heck of a lot, like I said.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's already very few, it seems like. So, Steph Smith, please go on our Facebook group page, Freaked Out Podcast. We're not talking about that just yet. We are only sticking to the topics we have outlined for today, but we will be opening up a post about it. More conspiracies and different stuff like that.
And Queen
You,
Sonia, yes, Landon and I have very interesting conversations. Trust me.
right? The males probably ate the females. I wouldn't say I'm not going to deny that they probably ate them, but I would say that they would definitely have hurt them if they didn't comply in a
I
certain
just
way,
feel
and they're just very rare.
I just feel like it's just male dominant. That's all. I just feel like it's more male dominant. So, like, instead of it being like 50-50, I'd say more males born than females.
Well, Catherine, if you don't ever plan on going into any heavily wooded areas, I think you'll be fine on the interaction.
Yes.
Uh, you won't. I think you have to go pretty deep. Do they talk? Someone
That's a good
asks.
question. No, they do not talk. They don't understand English. Their brain capacity is that of a monkey, in the sense a monkey and an ape, kind of like how they interact. They don't communicate. They understand. They can pick up energy very, very well. I do feel that they can do that. But they seem so harmless, and I feel like I just feel like people have been searching for them for a long, long time, and I don't know, their habitat seems to be somewhat, like, underground some I'm not exactly sure. I tried looking into that, but I couldn't get a whole heck of a lot, but because I don't know it directly, like, it's harder to pick up on things that I haven't necessarily seen, touch, felt, but because we live in Newfoundland, I think I got a little bit more energy than I would in Ontario for it.
I love that. I love it. You do. You both have an amazing relationship. Yes, we do have an amazing relationship.
Mm.
It definitely shows. I love listening to your lives. Completely entertained. I'm so glad. Follow you on TikTok. Think you're awesome, Liz. Just wanted you to know that. Thank you for that, Stephanie. Liz really appreciates those comments.
I do, I really do. You know what I love to?
I'll FaceTime you guys. Well, you'll be FaceTiming me, Catherine, while I'm in the woods running around looking for this
The only
Bigfoot.
thing
While Liz is like hiding in a van somewhere, protected, watching through the chest
oh my
camera.
god, what was that movie called where they're running around in the forest and the girl's got the runny nose and she's crying and it's like filmed with a camera? Please. Chucky did it. Oh my god, somebody's got to remember
They're
this.
probably scared of us more than we are of them, most likely, because they don't really understand what
Something
we want from
project.
them.
Ah.
The Blair Witch
Blair Witch
Project.
Project. That will be me. The girl with the camera running.
Because they don't really speak English and because they don't really understand what we want. And I mean, let's face it, I know in the US, the government would take them right away to one of their layers, one of their labs, and do extensive research and poke and prod at them. So, like,
Right?
I couldn't ever say that, like, they would be safe in any
That's
way.
a
If they came to me, they would be
so
safe, but the government, not really.
so the alien episode will be free for everyone. So like imagine that times 10. Oh my god, I cannot wait till you guys watch this, listen to this episode too, but it's going to be so wild. But anyways, You guys have been great. I we next time we come live, we're going to talk about a couple other things here too. But I just want to let you guys know the next time we do live again, I've been trying to come up with some ideas to talk to you guys about things on live because usually what ends up happening is they come on live and then everyone asks me the same questions over and over again. So we're trying to change it up so that when I do post these lives later on, there's more topics to be covered. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be choosing, I think, 3 or 4 celebrities and giving them like a life reading and then share those things with you guys. I'll be letting you guys know who we'll be choosing. So I've actually made a post right on the Facebook group, Freaked Out Podcast. So you guys can go on that post and then we'll choose 3 celebrities from there that we want to do this live. They have to be alive, by the way, prediction episode, aka live. So, yay!
Jamie, oh my God, so we're like aliens to Bigfoot. Absolutely. That's basically a good way to explain.
Oh my God.
Is the knocking on the trees people report or throwing larger rocks actually the Bigfoot?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that they climb trees to kind of get away. So maybe they thought knocking and maybe the rocks are just falling off their feet as they're climbing. But I don't believe so. There's no like attachment to it specifically. It
You guys are remarkable and phenomenal. Thank you, Steph Smith. We really appreciate
We
that.
try it. We put our all into it. Like, last week, we finished the Vanessa Guion episode, and then, so that's going to be something we're going to be dropping tonight, guys. This was a very highly recommended episode to cover, so we'll be covering her episode tonight. Right after this live finishes, you'll be able to listen to it. So I cannot wait to share that with you guys. Um,
Raven, you can actually re-listen to this live when we post it, but we already answered that question. But I'll quickly just tell you it's a physical being. But Liz goes into a little bit more of a detail of Bigfoot earlier on.
yes, we talked about Bigfoot just a little bit earlier on. You got that. We are going to be so Vanessa Guion's episodes tonight. Next week, because next week's a very special week. It's Landon's birthday on the 20th. So I'm excited. Woohoo. We'll be happy to celebrate his birthday. And then on the 21st, we will be covering the Princess Diana Part 2 episode. And this has actually been a very interesting episode. I found out a lot of things from just speaking to Diana, things I didn't know and things you guys had asked me. So we have a post right now of questions people can ask Princess Diana. And I was actually shocked at some of the answers that she had given me today about some stuff. So that's going to be on the patron side. So just so you guys know, you do have to be patrons to obtain this episode. And this episode is going to be even crazier than the last one because the Queen will be making an appearance in this episode. So you guys won't want to miss that. Next week we will be doing, not next week, sorry, the week after we will be covering Morgan Nick. Um, that has been an episode people have been asking me to cover. And then, hell, I'm going to be announcing it this Sunday anyway, but we are going to be having a Black History Month for February, and we will be covering 4 new cases. There will be 2 exclusive, 2 regular, like every month. We will have bonuses. It will not be the bonuses that we currently have for this month. So if you guys want to obtain those 2, we'll announce those a little bit later. But you guys are going to be, I can't wait to share them with you. They're all going to be great episodes. Um, I guess for you guys, I'm going to make you have some homework here. Please make sure to tell your friends about us and continue to get us to start listening to the podcast. We are still, in our infancy phase, so we're not quite at 100. Sorry, we're not quite at 300,000 downloads, but we should be coming up on that very soon. We have almost 14,000 followers on the podcast, which is great. So I'm very excited to keep going. So hopefully we can keep on growing. Every day we get more and more listeners and followers. So righty. Now, Landon has some things to say. Apparently I haven't stopped. So he's been like, okay, it's my turn.
I just want to read these comments before they get too overflowed here. Amazing, amazing at what you guys do are the best. We appreciate that. Thank you for the early birthday because we will not be live next week. So thank you for that. I had a brain fart. Vanessa is on the regular side. Uh, Vanessa, yep, is on the regular side.
You guys are going to be getting 2 weeks of regular side episodes. So you're going to have this week's and next week's, but there's also the Diana episode that's going to be patron. So Alien and Vanessa on the regular side.
I won't be able to vote for the next live on Facebook as I'm in Facebook jail until February 14th. Oh, that sucks, Edith. That sucks. Tabitha, happy early birthday, Landon. Thank you.
Well, Edith, there is a little trick way to do it. So if can you at least like a comment? So if there's like a celebrity already on the list that you want us to cover, maybe like that, so we can at least see, as a nomination there.
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm waiting for part two so I can listen to both parts. Okay, okay.
Oh yeah, that's good too. That's fine. People are welcome to do that. The second one, like I loved the first one. I did. I really had such a good time making that episode, but I'm really loving the second one even more.
I'm so excited. Thank you, Liz, Landon, and Catherine. You are all wonderful. Happy early birthday, Landon. Thank you. Thank you, Edith. Nope, completely in the slammer. Wow, that sucks. You're not on. You're not on.
As long as there's an episode, I'm happy too. Well, don't worry, guys. Something major would have to happen for me not to provide episodes to you guys. Even when I'm sick as a dog, I am still doing episodes. Taking
I'm happy with any episode as long as there's an episode. I live to listen to the podcast. I love hearing that. And there is a few people here. Catherine actually says that she's going to start a like AA meeting when we don't have an episode, which is
That's
happy
awesome.
early birthday.
That
Hope
is
you have an amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I'm excited for next month. We're going to be covering a lot of children next month. That is the part that's a little bit stressful for me. I hate doing kid episodes because they're tough to hear. I know the kids have the right to tell me their side of the story too, but it's still hard, because kids are not usually, kids are innocent.
Absolutely. We drop the episodes on Friday, Catherine. So you mean Saturday? Yeah, the good ones are hard. We need to hit the goal for this month for Eileen. I wouldn't want to upset her. We got this. Yes, we really need everybody to pull together and become patrons. Tell your friends. It's only $2 a month. You guys get a lot for that. I think it's totally worth it. I mean, a lot of people need to realize we are putting our time into this. We're putting our effort into this. This is a second job for Liz. She already does this as a full-time job. Providing readings, paid readings to people as a full-time job. So this is her second job. And plus we also have to pay an editor and stuff like that to edit our episodes and everything. So a lot goes into this. A lot
We're
goes
also
into
we're
this.
also trying to save up to get a nice computer where we can make the episodes even longer, which Liz would love because if it was up to me, I would send you like 45 pages every episode. Just saying. My limit for pages of how much I write is usually about 15 max. I don't like stopping at 15.
I've listened to every episode multiple times. I absolutely love them. I love hearing that, Vanessa. Linda Wood, I can imagine how hard it would be doing children. Yes, they are very hard.
It is.
Yes, Saturdays, because I'm drunk already. Apparently, you are on site. Lay off the cold medicine, Catherine.
It's raining here already.
Oh, you want to know what's interesting? We moved to this island. We were told it snows a lot, which I'm not complaining that we don't have snow. We have a very little bit, but we just got a weather update earlier, and literally everywhere on the island tonight is getting a snowstorm except for our town. You know what we're going to get? We're going to get a rainstorm. So everywhere on the island is getting 50 centimeters of snow. while we are going to get 50 centimeters of rain.
Which, why the hell not?
Yes, we're level 3 now. Woohoo!
Are we? That's awesome. Woohoo! We'll get to level 5 here one day.
Listen, Liz already talks very fast. She could not talk any faster because then you guys would not be able to understand anything she's saying. She already talks really fast.
Yeah, I do. I try to hurry. Like, it's so funny because obviously, critiques. I'm going to get critiques. And we've been doing this for about a year. And at first, I would sound very robotic when I would talk. So it's changed a lot. So we've gotten lot less robotic, but it's hard because I have to read a lot of information because I can't remember it all in my brain.
Edith, she used to, which we actually still have the 2 notebooks that she started writing when we originally started this podcast. There's actually episodes written down that we have yet to even do. Uh, so she started and then her hands started cramping. So now she uses either the laptop or the iPad. She just uses the talk to text because doing all that, or she'll type it out. Depends on if she's like doing other
Oh,
things.
I
But
do.
yeah, no, she doesn't write anymore.
I used to write, then I went from writing to typing. Now I talk to text because it's so much easier. My God, it's so much easier. I saved myself. With writing, I saved myself 5 days. with with typing, I've saved myself maybe an extra day. Exactly.
Yeah, a lot of people say that it snows a lot up here, and like a lot of our friends that are on the island in certain places all have tons of snow. And like even our one friend who lives a couple hours away, like they have a lot of snow. And we're like, yeah, well, you come here, there's none, none. You'll have a great drive once you get into a certain part
5 days.
by us.
You guys, yes, the development has changed a lot. We've learned a lot too, so that also helps. And then we now have a really cool outro. Our daughter came up with this really cool outro that used to be we at first we wanted to make a show. That was what we initially
I
wanted to
still
do.
want to.
Of course you do. I still want to do it too, but like, where? We're going to throw that on our plate. But, anyways, we used to have this like little show we wanted to put together, and we made this very 90s outro for well, it was our intro at the time for the show. We used to go to like haunted places and check it out. We stopped because people started thinking that we were trying to steal things. Literally. We were at a
Well, Janessa, I would say that it could be the person that we do not name, as we talked about her in the beginning of this episode. She has been messing with a lot of people's technology because she really wants her episode to be out. She messes with everything in our house, so she's just going buck wild. She messes with our one of our other people that helps us a lot with the podcast, Catherine, messing with her stuff. Yeah, so it's probably her. She probably locked you out of your phone because she's just very salty.
she, she wants a trilogy or at least a 2.5 hour episode is what she wants. Um,
You want to be a guest on the show, Catherine?
yeah, you can be a guest on the show. We wouldn't mind. What would we talk about with you? She does listen sometimes. She does. Like when I get really irritated.
Or be the person with the headset saying lights, camera, action? Oh, you want to be on our show? Yeah, you could totally be on our show. You could take us to that hotel. We'll bring all the camera
Oh my
equipment,
God, that
and then you
hotel.
could take us back to that hotel
Holy
and
hell.
show us around it.
We'll leave Riddle at home this time, but holy hell. That hotel. My goodness. I don't even want to stay there again. I just want to like go there again.
I never said to stay. I said go, to go around in the rooms. Like tell them, hey, we're doing a show and we need to have access to a couple of your rooms. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, they did. Thank God. Thank goodness. They have even themed rooms in there. It honestly was like, but it was just kind of weird because we just, recently done the Elisa Lamb episode, and here I'm getting all these visions in my head of that hotel, and then we go to this hotel, and it's like, it's very mini replica.
Can't wait to go to that seaside hotel.
But yeah, well, guys, I think that is it for today. Again, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. We'll be dropping our episodes. I'm sure we'll be going live here on TikTok at some point this weekend. Yay! And then next week, Liz and Landon have a 4-day weekend. We're really excited about that.
So excited. Speaking of hotels, the episode on Elisa Lamb was insane and absolutely freaked me out. Well, I'm glad. We are going to be doing a episode at some point in the future on just the hotel itself, and I'm hoping to be able to do that episode after we have gone to the hotel.
Yes, that's right. We're going. I'm not going. I don't know yet, but we'll see how far I go into it. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a night. I'm gonna go hang out with Princess.
Um, yes, we talked about the Simpsons predictions. I'm sorry, Jennifer, that you came in too late. We will be uploading this live next Friday, so you guys will be able to listen to everything that we talked about here, so you guys will not miss anything for all the people that came in late. And I hope you guys enjoy this episode. I also hope you guys enjoy the UFO episode. And thank you, everybody. You are on mute. And thank you, everybody who is saying happy birthday